This segment brought to you by Kansas Grain Sorghum, growers working together. Find out more at kansasgrainsorghum.org.
Welcome to Farm Factor. Up first today, Duane Toews is talking outreach programs with Dana Ladner with the Kansas Department of Agriculture.
Duane Toews joining you once again here on Ag AM in Kansas. A chance to catch up with Dana Ladner with the Kansas Department of Agriculture. And Dana, we think about Department of Agriculture, it's really a very diverse and broad agency. I think a lot of times folks don't really have any idea of just how many things that it's involved in, but tell us a little bit about some of the outreach efforts that go on that you have a part in.
I am very lucky with the agency and the opportunity to work with a number of our programs within on their outreach and education efforts. The mission of the agency is to serve the farmers, ranchers, and agribusinesses and the stakeholders within the state of Kansas, and education and outreach are a very important piece of that. We are able to work across all programs within the agency, anywhere from our water conservation program to weights and measures, small animal facilities, and we also work very, very closely with such programs as our weights and measures, pesticide and fertilizer, and we also work closely with the dairy industry. We have an annual meeting in Southwest Kansas every year for those in the dairy industry, and we're pleased to make sure that that continues.
We think about the focus of the entity in and of itself with agriculture in the title of it. We think about farmers and ranchers, but it has so many impacts on all consumers because everyone is ultimately a consumer of agricultural products, and weights and measures one of those things that they stop by and work with fuel retailers and things of that nature. So it touches really everybody in the state.
We do. We work closely because we want to make sure that we have a safe product for all the consumers in Kansas. It's very, very important to us to grow Kansas, and to be able to grow Kansas agriculture is the vital. And to be able to do that, you have to have reputable agencies, good folks working for you, wonderful inspectors, and those in the regulatory.
We think about a line that you mentioned before we went on air, that the department would rather educate than regulate. Tell me a little bit about that philosophy.
Secretary McClaskey is passionate about education, and to be able to work in the state and go out in the state and be visible is essential to her, so we can work with our stakeholders and constituent groups and make sure that we have their input as we continue on with our responsibilities as an agency.
And ultimately, it sounds like you've kind of been a bit of a jack of all trades, that with all those different things the department is involved in, you touch on all of those at times.
We do. I am pleased and proud to be able to work across all programs. I have worked with small animal facilities on a meeting that they did in June. We have a dam safety meeting coming up in March of 2018 we're very excited about. We're holding a multi-state partnership emergency preparedness meeting next year, which is essential in agriculture to make sure that we are prepared and ready for anything that may happen within the state.
All right, thanks to Dana Ladner joining us here on Ag AM in Kansas. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Duane. Folks, come back after these messages for this week's Kansas Soybean Update.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.